Hello, history lovers, and welcome to our channel. Get ready to have your mind blown, because today we're peeling back the layers of one of history's most famous stories. When you think of Cleopatra's death, what comes to mind? A dramatic scene, a queen, a poisonous snake, right? That's the story we've all been told. But what if I told you that the truth is far more complex, and frankly more shocking? Forget the simple snakebite myth. We're about to uncover a tale of political chess, heartbreaking betrayal, and a death that was anything but straightforward. So, let's set the scene. Imagine the year is 30 BC. The once mighty Egyptian empire is crumbling. Cleopatra, the brilliant and charismatic last pharaoh, is trapped in her palace in Alexandria. Her great love, the Roman general Mark Antony, has just taken his own life after a devastating defeat by his rival Octavian. Now, picture the atmosphere in the city, the air thick with tension, the streets filled with whispers of fear and uncertainty. Cleopatra is not just a grieving lover, she is a cornered queen, a political mastermind whose every move is being watched. Her enemy, the cold and calculating Octavian, wants her alive. Why? Because parading her through the streets of Rome in chains would be the ultimate symbol of his victory, a spectacle to solidify his absolute power. Cleopatra knew this. She was a descendant of a long line of powerful rulers, a woman who had charmed both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Being displayed as a war prize was a fate worse than death for her. So, she began to plan her final act. This wasn't just a suicide. It was a carefully orchestrated political statement. She had to ensure her death was dignified, befitting a pharaoh, and most importantly, on her own terms. The popular story tells us she had a venomous asp, perhaps a cobra, snuck into her chambers in a basket of figs. It's a beautifully tragic image, isn't it? The majestic queen, choosing a royal symbol of divine power, the cobra, to end her life. It fits perfectly with the legendary, almost mythical status she holds in our imagination. But here's where history gets murky, and the truth becomes far more intriguing. Many ancient historians, including the famous biographer Plutarch, were skeptical of the snake story even back then. For one, smuggling a live, aggressive cobra past Roman guards would have been incredibly difficult. Furthermore, a snake bite is an unreliable and often slow way to die. It can be excruciatingly painful and doesn't guarantee a swift end. For a meticulous planner like Cleopatra, leaving her final moments to such a roll of the dice seems out of character, don't you think? She needed a foolproof method, something quick and certain. So, what really happened? Modern historians and toxicologists propose a much more plausible, and perhaps even more chilling scenario. It's believed that Cleopatra likely used a potent, fast-acting poison cocktail. Think of a lethal mixture of substances like hemlock, wolfsbane, and opium. This wouldn't just be poison. It would be a carefully crafted potion designed for a quick, relatively painless, and certain death. She was a highly educated woman with access to the best knowledge of her time, including advanced toxicology. This theory suggests a death that was less about mythic drama and more about cold, calculated science. She wasn't just dying. She was performing her last act of defiance with precision and intellect. She denied Octavian his victory parade, and in doing so, cemented her own legend forever. The snake story, beautiful as it is, was likely a piece of propaganda, perhaps even encouraged by Octavian himself to create a more exotic and less gruesome tale for the Roman public. So, the next time you hear about Cleopatra and the snake, remember the brilliant queen trapped in her palace, outsmarting her enemy one last time. Her death wasn't just a tragedy. It was a final, masterful move in a deadly game of power. The truth, hidden behind the myth, reveals not a defeated victim, but a powerful woman in control until the very end. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden truths, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. See you in the next chapter of history.